Hi, it's me, Helen. First off, let me start off with good morning, everyone. I myself am trying to wake up, drinking my coffee. I have work today. I finally got to start back at work. Started back yesterday. Really happy about that. Can start to get things back on track. But I want to talk about some updates. Yesterday, my 15-year-old and I had a conversation explaining to him what PTSD does inside of the body, inside of the brain. Explaining a little bit why I remove myself away from people so that I can get that back under control. That's why it's important to manage that and try not to trigger that. But when I'm confronted with things because someone's angry, and you bring up hurtful things, it starts to make that come out. So my 15-year-old says, well, what is abuse, Mom? And I gave him some examples. So he said, I'm going to look it up. And he looked it up, and he looked up mental abuse, emotional abuse. He looked up gaslighting. He looked up a lot of different things, including the effects on women from mental abuse. And he put his phone down and he said, wow, my dad's really abusive. I knew he manipulated me. I knew he lied to me, but I never really understood the meaning of abuse, and now I do. He's really abusive. And I'd rather live with you, and maybe in the future, maybe I can deal with him, but he's really abusive. So where are we at? Where do we stand with this? And he said, my eyes are open. He's really abusive. Sorry, my son had to go through that. All three of my sons heard him the other night tell me that this is not your house, this is my house. And I said, no, it's our house. But he told me straight up it wasn't my house. So I guess that's how he can justify going to sign a contract with the realtor behind my back with him as the seller. I said, it's our house. He said, you've never made a mortgage payment. I said, that's not true. I've given you money. And before that, you had complete control over all finances for months and months, leaving me with no access to any money, including my own paycheck, causing me to have to ask for permission for things. And when I said that, he went on to say, well, it's not your driveway. I said, I'm the only one that lives in this house with a car. And I think that came from me emailing him to not block me in the driveway anymore, explaining that is a traffic violation at the very least. But you cannot block me in the driveway to keep me from going anywhere. So he let me know that it's not my driveway. But as far as this not being my house, I already knew that's how he felt. He made sure to not put my name on pretty much anything for a long, long time. My name wasn't on anything. He held that control over me for a long time. And I was giving him money. Once I gained control over my bank card, my credit cards, I was giving him money. But he refused to give me access to any of the accounts for a long time, saying I didn't need that. I just need to give him money. Well, see, I was giving him money for bills, and then he wasn't exactly paying them. And then in the beginning of the month, he would drop off to me disconnect notice that if I don't pay it, it's going to be disconnected. Well, I gave you my half of that money last month. So now I have to pay the disconnect to keep it from being cut off. Which means not only do I have to pay my half again, but I also have to pay your half. Well, I managed to figure out a way to get that taken care of, along with catching that bill up to current. And he still tried to make me pay half of it that month. I said, no, it's all paid in full, so I don't owe you anything. In fact, you owe me half of it. And he wrote on the piece of paper, no, you paid ahead. Doesn't change what was owed. You still owe half. How do I owe half of something that was fully paid? I paid my half of it. Then I had to pay my half again and your half. And then I made sure to figure out how to get it current. And I still have to owe you money for it? I believe that's financial abuse. You stole money from my boys. There's a dog fee, $75 a month for the medical health thing. I don't exactly know what it is, but it's some medical thing for the dog. $75 a month, and it comes out of my account. But he was charging both boys $75 a month, pocketing $150 a month, telling them that he was giving me the money, and he wasn't. I didn't even know they had been paying it. I had assumed they wasn't paying it. But he had been pocketing $150 a month for a $75 fee that was coming out of my account. He told them that he was giving me the money, and that wasn't true. And he was telling them they both owed $75. It was $75 total, not $150. So you stole from your sons. The level of control that he continues to still try to have over us is incredible. But they have no look me in the eyes. Tell me that this isn't my house, that it's his. He doesn't care that me and the boys don't have a place to go. He wants this house sold so he can go do whatever he wants. He actually can hand over the house so that we'd have a place to stay. He can say that. But no, instead he goes behind our back and signs a contract with a realtor. With listing him as the seller. And then hides it from us. And still won't give me a copy of that contract. Letting me know, yeah, he can go and sign a contract without my permission. Well, I guess you're saying that it's your house and not mine. Guess that explains that. And that realtor never reached out to me to let me know there was a contract on this house. Not once. And the house is ready to go up for show as soon as the judge tells my husband he can sell the house from underneath us. With no say from me at all. Yep. But now my 15-year-old has read definitions. He read them out loud to me. He didn't need to because, that kind of affected me. I know those definitions because I live through it every day. But he read the definitions. And he just realized how abusive his father has been for a very long time and continues to be. And he doesn't want to stand up to his father about the abuse that he hands out to him and the manipulation and lies. He says, because once I do that, then he's going to treat me fully like he treats you and my brother. And I don't want to be treated like that fully. I understand. I understand, and he's 15, but I do also understand that right now when you allow the abuse that he is handing out to you, he's also letting him know that that behavior is okay to do to him. And the longer it goes on, the harder it's going to be for my son to get out of it. Yeah, it's a sticky situation. But he's afraid to tell his father that that behavior is not okay, to treat him like that. Because he's afraid that his father's going to treat him exactly the way that he treats me and his brother. Anyway, remember to keep moving forward. You are special, you are worthy, and plenty of people do love you. Until next time, bye.